nuts with this toy. Jayhawks. This orchid I got Megan for Valentine's Day in February. It's still kicking. It's Mother's Day. So what is that? 3 months later? 4 months almost? God, this 40 is freezing cold. It was in my fridge. It wasn't in the freezer. I figure I'll show you guys my pepper garden here in a second. I'm gonna take a few more sips. I got this last night, intending to drink it last night for the NASCAR race. But I never got around to it.
The focus most of all though, Shannon, is on one woman in particular, one of those wives, and that is Amal Ahmed Abdul Fatah, the 29-year-old Yemeni woman who was married to him for almost 10 years. She seems to be the main source of the
garden. Start off with the herbs. Got some rosemary there. Or no, that's lavender. Obviously those are chives. That's the second year. You can see a bunch of the chive flowers that are on the ground. I cut it off a couple days ago. It's tall and give it a trim. There's some basil. Sweet basil. Here's some potatoes. I can't remember if they're red or if they're Yukon yellow. I guess I'll find out when I harvest them. And the peppers. Caribbean red. It's about 2 weeks he's been in that pot. It's probably doubled in size, I'd say. That's the hottie pepper, which is a little bit tamer than the habanero. It's a hybrid, but it looks exactly like a habanero, but just tamer. This is my habaneros right here. This plant just got demolished by bugs or something, so I think I'm going to take him out. Put someone else in. But I'm trying something new this year. Got 2 plants in one pot with the stake. That's for when they get bigger. I'm going to tie them up, but I'm going to try clumping. Because when you get 2 pepper plants and they flower, they cross-pollinate each other, therefore by producing more yields of fruit. So we'll see. It's the test. This is my Scotch bonnet. It's supposed to be like the habanero heat-wise. It's a really cool looking pepper, so we'll see. And then here's my prides and joys. Boot jalokias, 4th hottest pepper in the world. I guess technically you could say the 3rd, because the Naga Viper, which beat it, was only a temporary pepper because it can't reproduce. So I got 2 of them. They're tiny, but these are going to be some badasses. I hope they do well. They take like 120 days to flower. Do the math, it's 4 months. So I probably won't be picking peppers from these guys until September. I got some more of them back here. This is actually a Pequin. I completely forgot about that. I thought it was another Jalokia. I'm gonna have to plant this guy. I'll probably plant him in that blue pot today. And here's another boot Jalokia that I got before those bigger ones, but he's just not doing well. I think this couple of days of cold weather and no sun fucked him up. But now that we're May 7th, May 8th, I can't remember what today's date is. In Kansas, it's definitely not going to do another frost until the fall. So we're pretty safe. It's about 75 degrees right now, I'd say. It's beautiful out. It's a little windy. And as you can see, well, actually, I didn't show you my garden from last year, but I had tomatoes as well. And all those are bigger pots. I had tomatoes in the big pots there, and then all the peppers in the small ones. And it was just a horrible year for me last year. I didn't get much of anything. So I said, no more tomatoes. I had no luck with them in the containers. They're more of an in-ground type of plant. The peppers, they kick ass in containers. Those big ones for sure. Now these smaller ones, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'll probably give them back to my mom and stepdad, and then also my dad and stepmom. And they let me borrow them. But I have no need for them unless we get some flowers, I guess, for Megan. Speaking of flowers, here's some lilies, or I think, yeah, lilies, that have come up every year from the ground. When we moved in, we saw those, and that was one of the reasons that we wanted this apartment, because Megan loves lilies. And it used to be where this blue Tupperware thing is, and one of the maintenance guys was cleaning out weeds and stuff, and what I thought took out the fucking plant, but it must have, he must have moved it or something or whatever, because now it's over here. It used to be in the corner right here, but it's still there, so we're happy about that. While I'm out here, I better get this so it'll remind me that I need to feed my plants. So, garden's a lot smaller than my 2009 pepper garden, but the only reason that it's smaller is because doing hot peppers only. In my 2009 garden, I had jalapenos, hot banana peppers, serranos, cayennes, kung paos. A lot of people might consider them hot, and they are, but they're not hot, like habaneros and Caribbean reds. I'm really excited about my Caribbean reds. I hope they prosper, if you will. And I've got all those extra big pots, so I'll still probably end up getting some more peppers. I don't know. There's a couple nurseries, local nurseries. One that's my favorite one, where I found the Bujalokia plants. Hadn't seen them in the past 5 years I've been growing, and I've been wanting to get them. But they grew a batch this year from seed. We'll see how they do in Kansas. Kansas is a very hard place to grow peppers because, I mean, granted, peppers love heat. They like the sun, but and then there's skeptics out there, but they say the less you water the pepper, the hotter it is. Well, that may be, but the less you water the pepper plant, the less peppers you're going to get. It's not going to produce, and I like a plentiful amount. So right now I can get away with, since it's only in the 70s, 80s, 5 top maybe right now, I can get away with watering them once a day, or maybe twice a day, but really light waterings. But when it starts getting to the 100-degree mark and it doesn't rain for like 3 weeks at a time, I gotta water those fuckers right when I get up in the morning before work, like heavy, and then right when I get home from work, really fucking heavy. And if it's really extremely hot, before I go to bed, if they're like starting to dry out and crack, I'll have to water it again. I'm gonna have to water like crazy. That's what last year my plants didn't do so well, because last year was my first year that I was on the south side, which gets a lot more sun, and I was used to just only watering them once a day, because when I was on the north side and there's shade, they did awesome. But they need a lot more water on the south side. Luckily, I got a tap out there, or a faucet out there, right by my plants, and I got a little hose, I think like a 30-foot hose that I connected to it. That's mine, and I don't care if anyone else wants to use it. It's not a big deal, but I can just take it, got the water spigot, and just spray it. That way I don't have to keep filling up a fucking water can. Saves a lot of time, especially if in the morning I'm running late. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Pepper season. On the 40-ounce form, I have my little name as the Pepper Guru, and it's been that for a couple of years now. So I'm all about drinking beer, malt liquor, whatever, growing peppers. So, and then when my peppers start producing, this year I'm actually gonna make some hot sauce. I've been making salsa for the past couple of years. Successful. Never complained at any of my salsas. Tweaking it, trying to get better and better, hotter and all that. But never actually tried hot sauce. So I'm gonna try that. And I've looked online, like recipes, and I've looked on YouTube videos as to how you make it and shit. And it looks simpler to make than the salsa. Because the way I make salsa, I like to boil the tomatoes to where I can take the skin off, because I don't like the skin on when I make the salsa and all that, and you have to cut everything up, and then you have to have all these other ingredients. I can't tell you it because I don't want you guys to steal my recipe, but it's just a pain in the ass. It takes like an hour just to make a couple jars of salsa. But it is the most badass salsa you'll ever have in your life, because I give it this smoky flavor to where it almost tastes like it's been in a smoker, like the peppers and everything, but it hasn't. So I'm gonna tell you that secret ingredient, and no, it's not liquid smoke. That's fucking retarded. So anyways, I think I'm gonna end that video there. I'm at 13 minutes almost. Gonna finish the rest of this 40. It wasn't meant to be a 40 video. It was morely meant to be a show off my garden video. Small garden that is, but it'll probably grow by maybe 4 or 5 plants tops, and then I'll be done and taking care of it the rest of the summer, and I'll give you guys updates. But anyways, talk to y'all later.